Hey guys, and welcome to my @Ignister deck profile. So this deck is actually really strong, and it's been topping events like left and right in the OCG, and it's actually a very strong deck. And the deck is actually, the ratios might look a little weird, but this is how like most of the OCG lists are playing it right now. And I've obviously altered the list for the TCG based on the metagame and like what cards we have. And obviously we don't have cards like Decode Talker Heat Soul, which is basically a card that lets you draw 2, which doesn't make a big difference, but still we don't have that. And we don't have cards like Maxi, but we can still build this. And this is more of like a control variant. We're not playing like every single of the @Ignister monsters, obviously, as you can already see. This is more like a control variant. The good thing about this deck is that you can easily combo with like 1 or 2 cards going first or second, and the rest of your cards in your hand can be like hand traps, removal, protection, extenders. It can be all of those. And it's actually also a very consistent deck because you have like a bunch of starters and you can make things work even if you don't draw the starters. And the main win condition of this deck is your Firewall, Dragon, Darkfluid, and that's what all the OCG lists have been playing. Going first, you just set up Darkfluid and you just play the game with negations and interruption with hand traps and removal. And while going second, you can easily set up an access code, OTK, and you can pop up to 4 cards. I also have the combos after the deck profile, so make sure to check them out. And for the deck ratios, they might seem a little weird to you, but I'll go over all the card choices and why people are playing this. Again, this is inspired off of like a bunch of OCG decks that topped, and they're all very similar. It's just like 1 or 2 card differences, and like hand traps are different. That's all that's different. Like all the OCG decks that topped are playing this very similar to this list. And I'll just go over the card choices. So first off, you have triple copies of a Chi-Chi. So that, I don't know how you say any of these, so sorry if I'm saying them wrong, but you have triple of that. It searches the monster and it is your best starter. You want to draw this card all the time, and it's literally the best starter of the entire deck because it searches a monster and you have to play 3 of it. Next, you have triple copies of Picari @Ignister. So that one is the one that searches your back row spell or trap, and it's really good, and it's also a starter. The only thing is, if you summon it, you can search your when AI first met you, and you can use that to search your Achichi, and it's still full combo. So triple of that as well because it's also a starter. It's just as good as your Achichi, so you definitely want to see that in hand as well. And next you have double copies of Doyon @Ingister. So that one is the one that recycles, so it gets you card advantage for next turn, which is amazing. And some people are opted to play 1, but I felt like 2 is a little safer because like there's always a chance it can get negated, and it's also a solid card. It's not gonna brick or anything. If you draw it, it's completely okay because you have the field spell and you can like summon it out with the field spell. So it's okay to play 2 copies. Many of them are playing 1 or 2, but I decided to play 2. And next we have 1 copy of Bururu, and that's just the one that mills, and you don't really want to see that in hand because you can't really start up your combo by using it. So just 1 copy. And then you have 1 copy of the level 8, so its name is Gachiri @Ignister. And this card is actually really good. It's an extender which can be searched with your AI first met you, and it can special summon itself, so it's an extender. And when it leaves the field, it basically says your thing, you can target 1 thing on the field and it's unaffected, which is amazing. So you can have like an unaffected Darkfluid or an unaffected access code, which is amazing. And next you have 1 Mathmech edition that's just for your Mathmech Xyz monster, which is great because it just gets an Xyz monster in the graveyard for Darkfluid to get an extra negate. Water Leviathan is also to mill with your the Ingister that mills, and there's a combo with that as well. And then a bunch of removal cards next. So you have triple Ash, triple Nibiru, Called, Harpy's Feather Duster. They're just removal hand traps. Reborn, the AI Reborn, just 2 copies because it can be searched. 1 Monster Reborn, just solid card. And triple AI First Met You, it can search anything in the deck. And Signet Mining can also search anything, but just 2 copies because you have like 11 starters basically, so that's more than enough. You don't want to play too many. And then 2 of the Field Spell is actually very, very good card. It's like Boot Sector Launch but better. And then you have double Droplet, triple Imperm, double Dino Miscus, and triple Solemn Strike, just plain removal cards. And then that's basically the main deck. And for the extra deck, this stuff is basically self-explanatory. It's just a bunch of Cybers kind of support cards, and you have Darkfluid and Axis Code. And the side deck should also be self-explanatory. If there's something in it that you have a question on, let me know in the comments and I'll answer it. And that's basically the deck profile. Let's get into the combos next. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to support me directly. So this is the first combo, and I've seen this being done in like many different ways, but this is like the most basic way to do it. There's like tons of different ways you can do the combo, but I'm just gonna start with the 2 searchers, and you can do it many other ways. It just really depends on your hand and what extenders you draw. So basically you just go into your at Ingister combos, just go into link 1, add the Field Spell, and then just spam out link plays. And I've seen this done in many tournaments in the OCG, and they're all done very, very similarly, except some people opt not to run the ritual while others like the ritual because it's an extra negate. And this also uses Firewall Errata, by the way, so just FYI. That's coming like April 14th, which is like not even that far away, just like a few weeks. And now basically we just go into Splash Mage and you summon the Tuner, and the Tuner will mill your Water Leviathan. So you're not really using that, you just mill it for that counter for Darkfluid. And now you can go into your Dark Templar, and that'll trigger Field Spell, summon the one that you normal summoned, and then go into Infant, that'll trigger Templar, and summon 3. Okay, so the zones here are actually very important, so make sure to follow the zones that I'm doing, because from this point the zones will actually matter, so just FYI. And now you can go into your L phase, and your Infant into Transcode in that zone specifically. And then L phase will trigger summoning Doyan back, and now you can go into Wind Pegasus, that will trigger Bururu, so you can summon back Doyan, and then activate Reborn, bring back Pikari because it's level 4, go into the Mathmech Xyz, detach to add addition to your hand, and now go into Firewall Dragon Darkfluid, and it'll have 3 counters on it, so that means you have 3 monster negates right there. And now you can use addition to summon itself out, and now use Transcode to bring back your link 3 and go into Firewall. This is Errata Firewall, and now you can also use Firewall to bounce back something in your grave, so just recycle. And you also have Wind Pegasus in the grave and Darkfluid with 3 negates, so that's your going first combo, and it's really solid. So this is a going second OTK combo. There's actually so many ways you can do this, but I'm just going to use your monster searcher. So just search the spell searcher, and it's just the same as the Darkfluid combo basically, except you don't go into Wicked, because you just don't go into Wicked. And now you search your AI First Met You, and now you can go ahead and search your Doyan using the AI. Now you go into Splash Mage, you don't go into your Wicked because you don't need the Tuner here. And Doyan will add back your it doesn't matter actually in this combo what you add back. And now you can go into Update Jammer, and then Doyan will search back, and now you can go into Transcode effect, bring back Jammer, and now you can link into Access Code, and Access Code will have 5300 attack, and you can banish up to 4 to pop 4, and you can attack twice with 5600, which is 10,000 damage. That's gonna be it for this video. Make sure to subscribe for more awesome videos, and thanks for watching.